Put that back on the rack. You are not wearing that to school. These words have been uttered numerous times while back to school shopping with my 12-year-old daughter. Good afternoon. I'm RonD'Aniello, and today I'm here to persuade you that standardized uniforms in our public schools can provide a safer, more productive learning environment and a less stressful shopping experience for us parents. Let me explain how school uniforms can provide a safer learning environment for our children. If everyone's wearing the same uniform, then it drastically reduces the amount of disciplinary issues the faculty has to deal with. Some of those disciplinary issues are stealing coats, shoes, etc. In an article found on FamilyEducation.com, written by Ann Svensson, she refers to the California's Long Beach School District records, as they've been cited most often when this subject comes up. Back in 1994, this urban school district implemented school uniform policy. Since that time, their crime and disciplinary actions have drastically been reduced by 76%, while their attendance is reaching all-time highs. In a more recent article, Assistant Principal Anthony Poet from the Pueblo del Sol Middle School in Arizona recently adopted a uniform policy, and in his first few months has documented a remarkable drop in disciplinary actions and problems. Back in 1996, even President Clinton recognized the advantages of school uniforms when he mentioned it in his State of the Union address. He stated, if it means teenagers will stop being killed over designer jackets, then public schools should have the ability to require student uniforms. Now that I've provided you with some information on how school uniforms can make for a safer environment, let's move on to how that environment can be more productive. Well, if the focus of the educational environment at schools wasn't so much a fashion show and everybody worrying about who's dressed in what, then the concentration should be put more on education, making it a lot easier for teachers and faculty to teach our children, by everyone not having to worry about what each other's wearing because you're in a standardized uniform. The emphasis can be put more on academics. It also can reduce peer pressure in the overall educational environment, which allows students to focus more on academics. Now, we all know that kids can be ruthless. The kids that are maybe less fortunate can't afford new clothes every year, so they get picked on and kind of the laughing stock of the school, or they get tormented or bullied, or those type of things. I think everybody's probably seen some kids like that in their day. The school uniform can relieve that stress from them, because school uniforms are usually more cost-effective, and all the students look the same. They're all wearing the same type of uniform, so it gets rid of that peer pressure of those kids and allows them to prosper in a learning environment. Now that I've convinced you that school uniforms can provide a safer and more productive environment, let's move on to how it can help us as parents. As a parent of 3 school-age children, I can tell you from experience As I have older children and being military, I've moved around, and we've had the pleasure of being in schools that made us wear uniforms and schools that didn't have us wear uniforms. And I can tell you, when I can take 3 kids out and finish school shopping in one day versus numerous weekends, hands down, school uniforms make it that much easier. The cost of school uniforms is much less than having to go into Hollister or Abercrombie or all those, name brand stuff and whatever the kids are wearing these days. So, like I said, from being able to complete school shopping in one day, hands down, I am all for school uniforms. It allows for more concentration on the important things of education versus what everybody's wearing. There's a lot of families out there that like to pass clothing down. You can still do that. If you buy the higher end school uniforms, better quality, those uniforms can still be passed down. But you're also going to find that school uniforms are cheaper because you don't need as many outfits. 7, 8 outfits is good, and you're buying 1 or 2 different color types of pants or skirts or whatever, and you're buying a few different color shirts. That's it. A very simple shopping experience. Today I've provided some facts and explanations showing how school uniforms can provide a safer environment, a more productive environment, and then also how it can make the back-to-school shopping experience a much less stressful day or days for us as parents.